You've probably been wondering, where have I been the last couple of months? Well, I was whisked away on paternity leave. My little son was born, and I've been devoting a lot of time to being a dad. So I actually haven't been podcasting, but that's all about to change. And we are back with an absolutely incredible show today where we're focusing on all things ChatGPT, how you can use it within your business to create content and create content at speed. It's something that I've really got into as we look to try to be more efficient, as we look to produce more and more content. So let's get started. I think one of the most important things with anything AI or ChatGPT is that it is a rabbit hole that you're going to go down. And what you actually have to identify is, how far down that rabbit hole do I need to go? How much time am I prepared to spend to perfecting this skill? And what is the outcome for my business? So today we're really going to focus on mindset towards ChatGPT, principles of thumb-stopping creative, how to bring in the AI, and then how to finesse scripts using AI. And the reason that I wanted to talk about this so much is because everything that we're seeing that's working with performance marketing, whether it's on TikTok or on Meta, is whitelisted posts and Spark ads. These are killing it in terms of CPA. We've seen across board that these campaigns have a much lower CPA than anything else. So how do we produce these at speed? How do we speed up the briefing process? How do we keep our cost base down? Well, AI could possibly be the answer. So first things first, I can hear the comments already. What does ChatGPT know about creating thumb-stopping scripts? And especially when we throw in TikTok, which was in its infancy when ChatGPT's knowledge base stopped back in 2021. And the answer is, it knows a hell of a lot about creating drama, crafting scripts, and also focusing on comedy, because storytelling has been around for years. We can trace humor, comedy, all the way back to the times of Shakespeare. We can look at Chaplin, Seinfeld, and even Adam Sandler. And these are the people that we can use for inspiration when we're creating our scripts. So we've got two options that we can work with. I can go to ChatGPT and say, write me a script to promote my nutritious dog food company. And it'll do it. And it'll do a pretty good job. But I think that's lazy. We can do better. We can understand what's working on platform and apply this and give ChatGPT the knowledge to give us something that is way, way better. So we're going to use tried and tested frameworks with a combination of ChatGPT prompts to create something that is going to lower your CPA. And here's how we do it. The framework that we're going to use within ChatGPT to write is, we're going to start off by building knowledge. We need to set the scene and think about, what does ChatGPT need to know? Once we've given it that information, what do you know personally that can improve things? This is your knowledge of the platform. Then we need to get into the nitty-gritty. We need to focus on the details. What do we know that can improve performance? So what has it missed that if we add this, it's going to capture attention? And then we need to refine it. We need to go back and ask for options, do it again, create something new, give me 4 options for that. And then finally, we need to brief it and create it with our creative teams. So some of my favorite ways to set the scene is all about working with that initial prompt. So act like an expert TikTok creator with incredible direct response script writing skills and an in-depth knowledge of screenwriting to capture users' attention. Sounds pretty good. I think that would give me a pretty decent outcome. Another way that we can do it is prompts like, act like an expert comedy screenwriter working on a Facebook video ad script, or act like a Gen Z content creator with a strong understanding of hooks, transitions that get people to watch their social media content. And now that we've set the scene, we can build upon this and tell it a little bit more about our brand. So ChatGPT needs to know what our brand's called, what are the unique selling points of our products, why do people buy from us? What are the pain points that we solve? And we can also throw in our e-commerce product descriptions. And if you want your customers to understand the video scripts that you're producing, you need to make sure that ChatGPT understands your brand inside and out. So if you've got a brand Bible, you can copy and paste your favorite bits into that. If you've got favorite emails or social media posts that did really well, you can pass that information in and use that as a foundation to create incredible content. So if I was going to give you a really clear thought process, it is to think of it as if you were about to start work with a brand new creative agency. What information would you give them? What do they need to know in order for them to produce the best content possible for your brand? And if you can do this, you're going to get some really, really good outcomes. So don't treat it as AI, treat it like you would treat a creative agency and brief it properly. And then once we're off and running, it's time to give it a video ads framework. So we need to think about, what do we want to do with this video? What is the purpose of the content? Is it to inspire? Is it to entertain or educate? Is it to sell, or is it to make our audience laugh, cry, or smile? Try to think about what the video objective was on past videos that have done really, really well for your brand. So what were they trying to convey to the audience? And once you reverse engineer this, you can then pass this information back in to ChatGPT to get an incredible outcome. The next thing that we all know is that we need to nail our 3-second hook. So within the first 3 seconds of a video, we need a hook that's going to stop the scroll, especially when we're looking at Reels and TikTok, where consumption is so fast. We make up our decision almost instantaneously whether we want to watch something or whether we want to keep on scrolling for something more interesting. So some of the hooks that have worked really well for our agency is starting with something unique or something weird, just a pattern interrupt. You could also say something controversial or grand. For example, our nutritious dog food company is better than anything else on the market. Our dogs don't steal your slippers because they are content with a healthy and balanced diet. Might be a little bit elaborate. Advertising standards might be after me for that one, but you get the point. The next thing that you can also try is to make a really, really bold statement. The dog food that you're using at the moment sucks. We're yet to find a dog food that tastes better than our very own. No other dog food on the planet tastes as good as Andy's Nutritious Dog Food Company. All of these hooks and these bold statements are going to get you to stop and think. And then it's super important that we add a little bit of magic. So we need to go from that initial hook. We need to add some zoom cuts, some transitions, and also ask ChatGPT to highlight where we should add those transitions. So we've captured that initial attention. Now we've got to transition into something super, super exciting to keep our viewer watching our video so that we can get our message across. And don't just stop there. I think that this is one of the biggest risks that people take with ChatGPT, is that because it makes life easy, people take a shortcut and they're so satisfied with substandard work. Once it's spit out the response, ask it for X variations on that hook. Give me 5 more variations on that hook. I love that output, but give me 5 more of them. I want to see if you can do better. You can also ask it to incorporate the following offer within the CTA, or make the script more concise, more clear, funnier, persuasive. Give me a joke in the style of Jim Carrey. Make this script more appealing to a Gen Z millennial audience. Change the last sentence to something more memorable. All of these prompts for refinement are going to give you options, and there's no harm in adding all of these options into your brief so that when you're working with your creators or your internal team, they've got 4 or 5 different options to try that's going to give you a lot more variations on your content. It's going to give you loads that you can do. So now for the juicy stuff. We're going to give you some of our top tips when it comes to building the foundations with ChatGPT. One of my favorites at the moment is asking it to rewrite the following script using the principles from the book Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene Schwartz. This is the absolute Bible when it comes to copywriting. It's a pretty intense book. It's a pretty in-depth book, but you don't need to understand all of the principles from the book to be able to prompt ChatGPT to actually use it. You can just reference the book and it will tell you how it's used it in rewriting the script, and it's going to give you something that is using copywriting best practices. Another favorite of mine is also leveraging neuro-linguistic programming. So we can say, analyze this content using neuro-linguistic programming and rewrite the script to make it more persuasive. using key principles from NLP. And what it's going to do is it's going to use all of the clever psychology to influence your customers' buying decisions. And we've started to use this one a lot more also when we're analyzing scripts that other creators are using. So another cool way to use ChatGPT is to screen record any TikToks that you really like or you see that are getting a lot of views or a lot of traction. Then put it into one of your favorite transcribing softwares. So we use Descript a lot. From there, copy and paste that script into ChatGPT and then ask it to analyze the script using NLP, or ask it to analyze why this script has gone viral. And what it will start to do is it will pull out some of the key techniques that are being used so that you can actually replicate them in your own business. And it's a really, really nice way of doing analysis without spending the time really, really thinking about things. And then my favorite. This one is absolutely incredible. This is getting editing advice from Mr. Beast. You're going to have Mr. Beast on speed dial simply by asking ChatGPT to suggest the editing techniques Mr. Beast would use to make this piece of content go viral. And don't let it fob you off with the first iteration of this. What you want to ask it to do is give me more information. I need to understand the techniques that are being used. And this is going to help you with your knowledge of creating viral content, but it's also going to improve your outputs. So now we've started to build up a script. The other things that we need to look at is when we're getting ready to record, how can we use AI to make our life a lot easier? And one of my favorites is to try out this prompt, which is, please create a step-by-step instruction using all of the above information to send to an influencer to create this video. Provide detailed information, timestamps, and a shot list, and then please format that in a table. Again, don't just stick to the first output. Ask for more detailed instruction. Ask for 3 scene options. And when you're finally ready to export the document, one last prompt to use. Please format this document in the style of a Hollywood film director. Give me an editing plan that a Hollywood film director would be able to follow. And you are going to be blown away by the quality of the document that it spits out. It has leveled up our internal processes when it comes to briefing creators because we're now operating on a level of a Hollywood director. That is the power of AI. So give that one a try 100%. And I know that there's going to be quite a lot of people out there that don't have the budgets necessarily to work with a lot of creators, and they're maybe a bit scared to be on camera. We can start to use AI to make our life easier, to help us to create content and create content at speed. So what you can do once you've got that script is you can paste that script into Descript and then combine it with some stock footage and throw in their auto captions feature, and you should get a really nice video output. It's going to sound a little bit robotic, but it is a video that you can test out. It's quite powerful when you're needing to test out hooks of a video quickly or value propositions to see which one has the longest 3-second view rate. You can just use Descript to spit out an audio for you and then combine it with some of your brand footage and see which one gets the longest view time. If you want to take it one step further, there's a really nice feature within Descript also that's called the overdub feature. What this allows you to do is actually create your own voice profile within Descript so that once you've given it enough versions of your voice speaking on various podcasts or speaking to it or even Zoom recordings, it's going to be able to build up this overdub profile. We can then use that to create something that kind of sounds like ourselves. I think that when we use this, it works quite good if you just keep it super short and super snappy. When you start to go into longer monologues, it becomes a little bit more challenging. So try to keep it really, really short. But it's a really nice feature to use, and then combining it again with either UGC montages or branded content or B-roll and you get something that, you can put out. It will go out on social, it will get views, and it's not too offensive. We can then also start to work with using jump cuts, zoom cuts to really make the scroll stop. And we have our built-in narrator for us for those that don't want to speak on camera. For those that do, but maybe find it hard to memorize a script, something that I like to use quite a lot is to use the teleprompter within CapCut. So what we can do is we can paste our script from ChatGPT into CapCut. We can then fire up its teleprompter, and while we're recording straight to camera, we can read off a teleprompter. And this is going to give us a much better control of the script. It's going to make sure that we hit those key value propositions, that we know exactly what we need to say at what time. CapCut also has generic voiceovers, so that if you want that generic American voiceover that trends quite well on TikTok, you can use that and pull that from CapCut to work with your video ad script. And I think at the moment, we're overwhelmed with how many different tools there are working with AI on the market at the moment. When we're looking just at content creation alone, you've got Pictory.ai, which enables you to create and edit professional videos just using text. Tools like ZebraCat, which are incredible for creating videos and helping you to create videos faster using AI. We've got Synthesia, which is a text-to-speech video creator. We've got Murph, which is one of my favorites. And if you're going to play with one from this podcast today, take a look at Murph. We've got international colleagues in the office. So Ollie from our team is Australian. Sometimes I like to load up Murph and use the Australian accent to have a detailed conversation with Ollie and help him feel at home when he's a long way from Australia. And finally, the one tool that you must have in your life is GPT for Sheets and Docs. This plugin enables ChatGPT to function within Google Sheets and Google Docs. So whether you're using Sheets or Docs for script creation or data analysis, formatting within Sheets, having ChatGPT by your side is going to make your life so much easier. So I hope I've kept this short and sweet with loads of good information. I actually have a presentation that goes along with this, so that if you would like access to that presentation so that you can just read and write based on the prompts that I've gone through today, reach out to me on LinkedIn. It's Andy Gray at The Gragency. And please come back and have a listen to what we've got coming up over here on eCommentary. We have got some of the best minds in the world of marketing and e-commerce documenting their journey behind their brand's growth and also some of the problems that they faced along the way. As always, we would love a 5-star review on whichever platform you've been listening to. It keeps us motivated, it keeps us pushing to create more and more content for you and hopefully make your life a lot easier. We'll see you next time.